Well, we've seen some quality batting from both teams in the first test and in the second test. A lot of you back home will be watching, how can I be as good as the players out in the middle? So we thought, what a wonderful opportunity to talk about the basic fundamentals of batting, and hopefully you can. So I'm joined by Urooj Mumtaz. Thank you. So if you could talk us through the basics or the fundamentals of batting.
Yeah, Chris, you touched on it very nicely because fundamentals remain the same, whether you're playing corridor cricket, whether you're playing club cricket, or you're playing all format cricket at the top level, and test cricket as well. And the fundamentals remain, and for me the head or the balance or the position of the head remains key fundamental because it is the heaviest part of your body, and you tend to fall over with your head because it drags its way through. The one way you control it is getting into good feet positions, and when you don't get into a good balance, your head normally takes over, and I think that's where it's key, getting into good feet positions with your feet, getting to them early, and then your head. And we've got this clip from Abdullah Shafiq, second innings of the first test, where he's just fallen over. He's trying to muscle the ball, and in doing so his head falls over and he gets held out on the leg side. So again, I think if you look at it, I think whenever you move your feet and if your head gets as close to the ball as possible and then let your hands drive through, I think that remains the key. And we've got 4 shots to show for as well, where these players get into lovely positions with their feet. Watch Kane Williamson, watch Latham, watch Babar Azam and Imam. And it's not just with defensive stroke or classical cover drives, and that's where it is so important, because that fundamental with the head, getting into good positions, also key when you're playing attacking strokes.
I love that because I've coached and watched a lot of kids cricket, and that's the biggest mistake they make as a left-hander, if they just fall over trying to access the leg side and get themselves in trouble. So what would be the one little tip you would teach them or tell them to stop them falling over?
I think it's important. There's a couple of drills you can do, and we've done that when we were growing up as well. Stand as close to a wall as possible, and maybe just every now and then when you fall over, you feel your head go through. And I think video imaging as well, important to see when you're falling over, and that's where it comes in. When you get into good positions and when your head goes right on top of the ball, you stay in line. I think that's important as well. So this is what I used to do, get very close to a wall when I was playing, and every time my head fell over, well, the knock into the wall told me a story.
You get hurt, I grade it. So Urooj and I apologise to all the bowlers out there, because all of a sudden with these basic and fundamentals for the batters, it's going to come a lot more difficult to get them out.